Welcome to another tutorial on Bleass Alpha. In this video I'd like to introduce you to the motion sequencer. So let's start by selecting default and the bank A and default so that we go back to the initialized preset. Okay, perfect. So let's go to the motion tab. Here it is. So let's turn it on. There is a state here, as you can see. You click on it and it is on. Now as you press a key, as you can see, it moves across from one step to the other. So you can move across the steps pressing keys on the keyboard, or if you prefer running an arpeggiator, or if you click on the sync on, you can set it to synchronize on the reference bits. So in this case, if I press the play up here, it will start to go through all the different steps. Now let's stop it. So for this, for the purpose of this tutorial, I actually like to turn that off. Like to go into general and enable the arpeggiator. Let's go back to the motion sequencer and let's press some keys on the keyboard. And before we do that, actually, let's enable poly as well. So back to motion. Okay, perfect. So as you can see, there are 16 steps here. So you can see the length of the step that can be adjusted through this dial. Okay, you can set also a randomness, okay, if you like. And here you have two targets, amount and target. So the way it works, we select a target. So for example, let's say that we select the filter 1 cutoff, and let's say that we add 100% of the amount, and let's now create like a sine wave curve, something like that. Of course, I'm doing it with the mouse now, and you can do it with touch. It's much simpler. Okay, let's play. Okay, perfect. As you can see, every time that it moves from one step to the other, it changes the filter 1 cutoff. So this is how it works, very simple. And now you can choose other target and other amounts. So let's have a little bit of fun now. Let's go back to the general. Let's enable sync, and let's leave that to 1/16. See, sounds quite nice already. You can hear the motion going through the different steps and affecting the filter 1 cutoff. Okay, great. Now let's make it a little bit more interesting. Let's say 2 unison, a bit of detuning, something like that. Let's try. Perfect. Let's go to the oscillator. Let's add a bit of stereo effect, and also let's bring in the oscillator number 3 for our sub oscillator. Okay, let's go to filters, change a little bit the curve. Let's go to the modulation now that we have seen in other videos. Let's select as a target the oscillator cross modulation. Let's set these to maximum as amount, and let's set these to something like that. 370 milliseconds for the rate. Let's try again. Let's make it a little bit less pronounced. So let's go up a little bit here in terms of wave. Okay, something like that. Let's try. Perfect. Let's add a little bit of touch, like a reverb. Let's try again. Perfect. As you can see, you can have great fun using the motion sequencer. Create your own profile for each step, select your target. Doesn't have to be the filter one cutoff, could be pitch. In that case, if you select the pitch, you will change the pitch of the overall pitch, or the pitch of each individual oscillator, whatever you like to do. So in this case, you know, you can also create interesting melodies. So for me, this is good enough already, because it sounds absolutely great as a patch. I hope you enjoyed, found this useful, and see you next time. Bye.